a black tablet with a dragon symbol and the characters for Star God War Zone. Jiaolan explains that this token will grant him unrestricted access to any forbidden zone for his cultivation, and that the gates of the Star God War Zone itself will always be open to him. She then makes one final, important request, asking if he would like to come and see Elder Wu. Fang Yi asks if she meant the Jingang Realm Pioneer. She explains that this person is her teacher, and she thinks Fang Yi should meet him, though she says this is just a personal wish, as she would like to be his friend. Fang Yi accepts her offer and the token she gave him, putting it in his pocket. He agrees to go with her, saying it's always good to have more friends. As a gift to seal their new friendship, he holds out a hand crackling with blue lightning, telling her he has something for her. Jiaolan is confused, but Fang Yi explains that he thinks he can clean out the rest of the dark attribute poison in her body. Before she can react, he unleashes a flood of blue lightning that completely surrounds her, leaving her shocked. The energy flows through her, and she is amazed to find that the thunder attribute has a healing effect. The cold, deep pain she felt is replaced by a warm numbness, and she realizes the discomfort is completely gone. Internally, her old wounds from the dark attribute begin to heal as her body is cleansed by the energy. She feels like she is being reborn as the rare and powerful thunder attribute removes all the toxins from her body. When it's over, Fang Yi asks Jiaolan how she feels. Still surrounded by faint sparks of lightning, she confirms that she feels great and that the leftover dark energy has been completely removed. Su Jingying watches as paramedics take care of the unconscious, arrogant pioneer. Wondering if it's possible to save someone so badly injured, she turns and is surprised to see Fang Yi and Jiaolan still there, but she immediately notices that her aura seems different and her injuries appear to be gone. Jiaolan explains that Fang Yi used his rare, pure thunder attribute to completely clean the dark attribute poison from her system. Su Jingying is amazed by this, realizing that this is the true nature of our boy's power. It can be used to destroy enemies and to save people. She points at Fang Yi in amazement, who just asks her what she's looking at. A brilliant idea strikes Su Jingying, and she excitedly waves over the paramedics. She goes to Fang Yi and suggests a partnership, explaining that if they could combine his spiritual power with their advanced medical equipment, they could save many more pioneers suffering from dark attribute corruption. To show she is serious, she bows deeply, begging him to show his power just one more time. Fang Yi stays silent, thinking about her request. Fang Yi agrees and unleashes a controlled burst of blue lightning from his hand, asking if that is enough of a demonstration. One of the paramedics, seeing the pure energy, excitedly confirms that it seems to be working and that such a high-level thunder attribute can indeed fight the dark attribute. Jiaolan explains that when Fang Yi treated her, the power was sent directly and destroyed the corruption inside her. Su Jingying suggests that all they would need is for Fang Yi and the patient to hold hands. However, the paramedic clarifies that not every cultivator, even at the spirit creation realm, can handle such pure energy. He explains to a smiling Su Jingying that while Jiaolan's injuries were serious, they were minor compared to the other patient. He estimates that healing the arrogant pioneer would require 10 times the amount of spiritual energy. He adds that just saving the pioneer's life will be a great achievement, and a full recovery is likely impossible. Fang Yi agrees to the procedure, asking the paramedics how to transfer his spiritual energy. They lead him toward the ambulance. A paramedic tells him to place his hand into a special device and release his spiritual energy, which Fang Yi agrees to do. From a distance, Lin Yi watches, thinking about how she never imagined Jiaolan was a high-ranking member of the elite Star God War Zone. She is amazed that her cousin is so powerful that even this legendary military unit is trying to befriend him. She remembers how the normally cold Jiaolan personally asked to be her cousin's friend and even gave him her personal token. After a while, Fang Yi turns to Lin Yi and the red-haired leader, checking on them. Lin Yi confirms they are feeling fine. She then explains that she and the red-haired leader have decided to go out for more training and take on some missions by themselves. They feel they can't always depend on him and need to grow stronger on their own. Having finished transferring his energy, Fang Yi agrees with their decision, simply telling them to be careful. He watches them with a small, proud smile, thinking that his cousin has grown up. Su Jingying and her team prepare to leave. She waves goodbye, telling Fang Yi and Jiaolan they will see each other on the next mission. Jiaolan then tells Fang Yi it is time for them to go visit Elder Wu. As their ambulance drives away, Su Jingying is visibly frustrated, complaining loudly that the military's Star God War Zone has stolen such a powerful person from them. Her teammates try to calm her down. A final thought reveals the internal problems within the Spiritual Energy Association, which is described as being too chaotic, and its top elite squads unwilling to cooperate. Fang Yi and Jiaolan arrive at a large, modern hospital, which is the highest security ward of the Star God Warzone's medical base. Fang Yi asks if this is where Elder Wu is. Inside the hospital room, they stand before the bed where Elder Wu lies unconscious, surrounded by medical equipment. Fang Yi comments on the strange sight, noting how odd it is that the ultimate powerhouse of the Jinggang realm is actually a shriveled old man. Fang Yi observes the elder's condition. The old man's face and neck are covered in red veins, and he breathes through a respirator. Jiaolan explains that his condition was much worse before, saying he looked like a corpse. She adds that even after using the precious shizai flower on him, he still has not woken up. Concerned, Fang Yi wonders what could have happened to such a powerful person to leave him in this state. Jiaolan begins to tell the story of the battle that led to her teacher's coma. She describes how a huge dark attribute anomaly appeared over the capital city. To stop the anomaly from consuming the city, Elder Wu, her teacher, stepped forward to seal it all by himself. A flashback shows the rest of her squad transferring their own spiritual energy to their teacher to support him. The anomaly they faced was far beyond an S-level threat. A monstrous, dragon-like form made of dark energy loomed over the ruined city. Jiaolan continues, explaining the immense danger. If the anomaly had fully come down, it would have destroyed the capital and all the surrounding cities, plunging the entire nation into chaos. In a desperate last stand, Elder Wu used his own personal domain to seal the S-level anomaly, but the disaster was even more powerful than they expected. The overwhelming power of the dark attribute backfired on him, corrupting his body. Jiaolan concludes that if he hadn't been a master of the Jinggang realm, he would have been instantly turned to ash. Back in the present, Fang Yi looks down at the comatose hero with new respect. He acknowledges that to stop the destruction of a city, Elder Wu is truly a great pioneer. As Fang Yi looks at the comatose Elder Wu, his thoughts go to his past life. He remembers that many pioneers had sacrificed themselves so he could be the last human to survive. He realizes with a sad thought that in his original timeline, Elder Wu had probably already died by this point. A new determination fills him, and he reaches a hand towards the elder. Jiaolan, startled, shouts at him, demanding to know what he is doing to her teacher. Fang Yi calmly tells her not to worry. He explains that while the shizai flower is already working, he wants to try and remove some of the stubborn dark attribute that remains in the elder's body. He places his hand on the elder's chest, and a powerful surge of blue lightning begins to flow into the old man's body. Fang Yi explains that this will help him wake up faster. Jiaolan watches in shock, exclaiming that the power he is trying to clean came from an S-level disaster. After a moment of hesitation, she gives in, telling Fang Yi to go ahead and try. Perhaps he is the miracle they need. The room is filled with the crackling of Fang Yi's power as he pours his energy into the elder. Jiaolan warns him to be careful, explaining that the dark attribute inside her teacher is far more terrifying than the dark tide. She adds that, without the shizai flower, the elder's recovery would not have been so slow. Fang Yi, his face serious, confirms that he understands. He can feel the immense power of the darkness within the elder's body. He knows that even though the shizai flower's purifying power has weakened it, the dark energy can still exert an immense and oppressive force. Suddenly, a powerful wave of dark energy erupts from the bed, pushing both Fang Yi and Jiaolan back. Jiaolan shouts a warning, telling Fang Yi to be careful and focus his mind as the dark energy is beginning to affect him. In response, a brilliant golden aura erupts around Fang Yi as he activates his own spiritual protection. His eyes glow with a golden light, but he realizes with a start that the dark energy has pulled his consciousness into a vision of the past. He finds himself standing alone on a deserted street in a ruined city, looking up at the massive, terrifying red eye of the anomaly that had consumed the sky.
Thanks for watching. I'm going to see you next video.